and welcome you all on board. This happens to be the very first tutorial we're having on the course. Human Resources, Introduction to Human Resources, as HR, Policies and Practices. And basically it's a course for 300 level first semester, business education, and for BUS admin also. Alright, so and today we're going to be starting from the very first chapter, from the very first module of the course, Unit 1, Module 1, and promises to be an interesting section. Please do all to take down points as you comment into this class and send the notes as soon as you're done with the class to your respective private classes. With this being said, let's get straight into it. Okay, so we have BUS325, and we're taking our bearing from human resource management. When we say human resource management, basically it's all about the introduction to human resource management, human resource planning. All right, human resource management, that's HR in short. Now when we say human resource management, this is a term that is used to refer to the philosophy, the policies, the procedure and practices relating to management of people within an organization. All right, a term, all right, this term is used to refer to the philosophy. It's used to refer to the philosophy, okay, is basically used, the term used to generally refer to policies, procedures, practices, okay, philosophy of policies, to the philosophy, policies, okay, procedures, okay, then we also have and practices relating to the management of people. All right, to the management of people within an organization. You must have been hearing of the word HR. The M here is just the management. All right, but HR is no word that is new to anyone who has worked in an organization before. All right, you keep hearing HR. They have to pay salary. We need. I'm here to submit my documentation. I'm here to get my letter. I'm here to do this. I'm here to do that. We have a meeting. Now you must have been hearing HR. Basically, HR is a very important resource in an organization. All right, it's a very important resource because HR, as you can see here, the human resource management has to do with the policies, all right, the procedure, okay. They're not the one that make the policies, but you see, when it comes to policies and how the procedures of these policies goes and how these policies are being practiced, all right, in relation to employee. Don't forget, the bloodline of an organization, it is employee. All right, if no matter the goal, objective that an organization has, if there are no people, all right, if there are no personnel or employee to help them implement or help them exhibit it, then it's useless. All right, if there are no persons helping an organization to carry its goal, its dream and ambition, then such organization will die in no time. All right, So human resources is that department that is responsible when it comes, is more of the executive under the branches of government. You know, we have the legislative, we have the judiciary, and we have the executive. You know, if the legislative have made the law and judiciary has interpreted the law, if there are no executive to implement this law, then it becomes a problem. All right, it is good to know. Like even the Bible says that, you know, knowledge that we know that we do not apply is useless. All right, so it is good enough, it is not good enough to know, all right, to use, but the implementing part is the most important part of it. So now we have these procedures as this human resource management. They are responsible for the policies, procedures, and practice relating to the, all right, management of people within an organization. Now, in my interest is to also know that human resource management is the process of achieving the what best fit between individuals, job, organization, and the environment. All right, let's take this. The achieving the best fit, the process of achieving the best, all right, the organization and environment. Now let me explain this. The process of achieving the best fits, okay, between, all right, now let's look at this. The best fits. So we have a system that requires what works. Now we have individuals who are willing, they are eager to work, okay, and this best fit is an organization that needs, an organization that has put in place what presupposedly should work, all right, and this organization has provided jobs, and here is the organization within a particular environment. Now this best fit here is encapsulated with goals, objectives, all right, and majority of the organization, let's use profit making organization for example. For any profit making organization, its priority is to make profits, nothing more, nothing less. And how can I make profit in the best, effective, and efficient way? Certain resources has to be implemented, certain resources has to be used to achieve this. So one of the resources is now the HR, human resource management. Now this human resource management now will arrange individuals, all right, they do recruitment, arrange in, let's not forget this is 300 level, all right, so 300 level, your exams are different, all right, it's not the kind of exam you do in 200 level, 100 level where it's just garbage in, garbage out. In 300 level, it's more of cognitive thinking, all right, you have to do a lot of writing and explanation. You'll be asked to express yourself, pen on paper. That's the kind of exam you do. So for this level, I will take my time, right, to explain, okay, detailed explanation. So you need to get the concept of everything I'm explaining. You don't have to quote me by my word when you're writing in an exam, but when you get the concept behind what I'm explaining, then you can make something out of it yourself. So we are still talking about human management now. And another approach to human resource management is the process of achieving the best fits, all right, what will work not just for the organization, the individual, the organization is going to need to achieve its goal, all right, job that will be provided that will not affect the organization and it will benefit the individual and also the environment and the organization. All right. So human resource management now is the what? The process of bringing people the process of bringing people and organization together so that goals of each are met. So that goals of each are, can you see that? Bringing a very good, that's a very good definition too. People and organization together, and we have goals. That's a recipe. That's a recipe. Personnel, organization, and goals. I think it was in the very ENT 303 that was explaining management. All right. And I was giving the analysis of before you have people coming together to work in an organization, people from different background to work under the same roof. Every one of them must have agreed, all right, on one basis, which is to help the organization achieve its set objective. All right, and that set objective is what makes each and every one of them come to work every day and get paid at the at the ending of the month. All right, so HR basically that's what it secures. All right, it brings people and the organization together, people who are seeking for job opportunities and organizations that are willing to provide opportunities. All right, I'm giving you this, just like we did yesterday in contract and law. I'm giving you this, all right, and I'm receiving this, giving help me achieve my goal, and in return you are also giving me your effort to help me achieve my goal and make profit. So it's a win-win for both of us. So we have that as that. So let's continue. Okay. Now, according to some definitions were given by some scholars, okay, some definitions were given by some scholars, we have one Sivide. One Sivide says that human resources management is the function performed in the organization, all right, that facilitates the most effective use, all right, a function that facilitates the most effective use of people, in bracket employees, to achieve organization and individual goals. Individuals have their goal, organizations have their goal. Okay, for example, I need money to pay my rent. That's a goal. And here an organization wants to make profit and it needs an individual to help them sell. So I sell, the organization make profit, and I make profit, I make salary, I collect wages. All right, so now the human resources make this possible. Okay, it is what a function. Human resources management or human resource management is a function that is performed where? In an organization. This function is performed where? Inside, within an organization. All right, and this function is to what? Facilitate, to make sure, the function that ensures, all right, that ensures that employees are used most effectively. Individuals are referred to employees. Employees are used most effectively to what? Achieve the organization goal, all right, and in turn individuals goal. So it's a win-win for everybody. And it is the human resource that management that ensures this. Now let's look at some important, all right, some importance. Importance. Now, human resources management plays a crucial role. All right, it plays a crucial role. It helps the organization in various ways. All right, it helps the organization in various ways. Now, let's look at the very first important is that a good human resource practice can help in attaining and retaining, all right, attracting and retaining best people. Attracting, all right, and also retain best fits. All right. Now, when I say best fit, I mean the best person for the job. All right. Human resource management or the human resource department does recruitment. All right. It is their responsibility to attract. When there's a vacancy in an organization, they attract, all right, by advertising, all right, to fill. When we say recruitment, attracting, all right, in the presupposed employees, prospect employees to fill up a vacant position in an organization. All right, so they attract, they do the training and everything, and they retain the right person for the right job. All right, and also now it appropriates recruitment and selection activity. All right, identifying the best people available for jobs that make sure. Now basically we have performed recruitment and selection. All right, like what I said earlier, recruitment and selection. All right, if you do not recruit, if an organization does not recruit, then how does an organization fill up vacancies? All right, so we have recruitment and selection. Recruitment is when you attract them. Selection is when you do the interview and everything, you pick the right candidate, and there's a lot to that. All right, it can be a good motivation, a good, all right, a good human resource practice can be a good, all right, can be a motive, all right, can be a motive to do what? A motive, no, let's use can motivate, all right, employees can motivate employees, all right, to do outstanding work. Okay, so now let me explain this. If the HR department of a particular organization, all right, they don't usually delay when it comes to staff welfare. They don't usually delay when it comes to remuneration, when it comes to appraisal, when it comes to paying for your overtime. All right, they don't joke with their staff. Staff will, all right, when it comes to leave, they don't joke. They give you leave. The remuneration is constant. All right, they give you your uniform, they give you your brain boot, they give you every of your entitlement. They don't owe you anything. Such human resource practice, will be a motivation. Workers, personnel in that organization, they will not want to go because they know what they are benefiting. All right, so it's a good source of motivation for an outstanding work by employees. So we have that as that. Now let's continue. So permit me to erase the board. Now we have, there's something called human resource procedure. All right, but before we talk about that, let's talk about the use of the concept procedures. What does the concept procedure, all right, what does the concept procedure means, or procedures? Now when we say procedures, what are we talking about? Procedures implies the existing of a process which is a series of activities to be performed. All right, all right, implies the existence. This, please pay attention to all these points. This implies the existence of a what? Process. The existence of a process. All right, and this process is in series. All right, this process, which is a series, step by step, one after the other, series of what? Of activities. All right, and these activities are to be performed accordingly in, all right, are to be performed in a, not anyhow, not how you feel, right, but in a sequential order. Now look at the points: process, activities, and sequential. Okay, so when you hear the term procedures, it implies the existence of a process which is a series of activities. Okay, and these activities are to be performed in a sequential order. So we have that. Now there's something called HR policies. HR policies. When we say HR policies, we are simply talking about guides. All right, policies are guides. All right, guides to actions required to achieve guides to action required to achieve, all right, required to achieve, okay, human resource objective, as HR objectives. Okay, that's the human resource policies. All right, originally All right, human resource or no human resource policies are guides. All right, guides that are set. All right, that are set. These are set rules to guide you on what to do and what not to do to achieve or to perform your duty in an organization. All right, but in the case of human resource policy, they are guides to actions to guide your disposition, your action, the way you behave. All right, guides to action required to achieve human resources objectives. All right, so we have that as that. Now let's quickly talk about the history. All right, historical evolution of HRM. Okay, historical evolution of HRM. All right, we can take this in two different areas. All right, we have two different records. All right, the American version, we have the American version, and we have the British version and the British version. Okay, that is how we can trace the evolution of human resource management. Now, the American version speaks more on, all right, the origin of human resource management, all right, during the what pre-industrial era. That's AV, that's American version. It traces human resource management to the pre-industrial era, okay, which is in 1400 to 1700. Stages. All right, that is the American version, and we have the British. All right, the British version. So the nine sequential stages, all right, we have the Industrial Revolution, the factory system, all right, the capitalism, industrial psychology, World War I, personal administration, the Golden Age, and we have the emergence of contemporary HR management. So that is the American version, although we have details in the keynote. And for those of us who are member of a private class, we get to get the keynote after we are done with the course, and this will help you position well in your exams and be way prepared. So we have the British history, all right, of evolution of human resources has 6 major stages, all right. This runs through 6 major stages. All right, 6 major stages. Okay, so we have that as that. So let's quickly talk about certain terminologies like process. Permit me to raise the board. Please, if you're on the stream and you have to subscribe to the channel, it's free. Please subscribe to the channel and smash the like button. All right, do well to do that. The subscription button is below the video. All right, look at it, it's just down there. Smash on the like button, and also click on subscribe button. And it's also important, whenever you are in class, do well to say something so we can acknowledge your presence. So we have let's just take these two and call it a wrap for today. We have process. When we say process, it's a series of tasks or activities to be performed. A series of tasks or activities to be what? Performed, to be performed in sequential order. In sequential order to achieve something. There must always be something to achieve. To achieve a set goal slash OBJ. It could be a set goal, it could be objective. I think let's put a hold on that, because if we don't stop here, it might affect my next class. I need to make plans for the next class too. So thank you very much, everyone. I believe we've been able to gain 18 or 2 into this tutorial. Kindly do well, all right? As soon as you are done with the class, your notes and the point you've taken while the class was ongoing, which is very important, take a picture of it and send it to your private class. Thank you very much, everyone, and look forward to seeing you all in subsequent tutorial. Do have a wonderful afternoon. Bye-bye.